when I've been working with a student for a couple of months, maybe 6, maybe a year, and they come and tell me, I have become so much more confident in my day-to-day life. Because I'm using my voice?
Yes. Oh my God. I just had a check-in session with Isaleni. Do you remember Isaleni?
Yes.
This is a while ago when you were working with her. And this stood out to me so much when she said, I now feel comfortable and confident walking in the room, taking up space and being heard. I don't care when I'm loud and people look at me. I'm okay with that. And before, she would be shy and kind of like retreat into the corner, you know? How amazing is that? Hey Voxstar, and welcome to From Singer to Artist. I'm Lara Chapman, award-winning singer and songwriter turned viral vocal coach and the host of this show. At VoxTape Studios, we help singers from all over the world level up their voices by teaching them the 3 fundamental skills all singers need: technique, awareness, and artistry. Whether you're looking to go pro or just develop your voice for fun, my team and I are here to help. Check the link in the description to book your first session or grab some of our other resources. Alrighty, are you ready? Let's get started. I have Coach Juliana with me here today. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
So today is, I don't want to say like more of a serious topic, but it is a very important topic that informs so much of what you do in your singing, even though it has nothing to do with your singing. We're talking about the mental load, the mental work, and the self-sabotage that can happen for so many of us creative people and singers. And we're our own worst enemy sometimes. And again, this has nothing to do with your singing. Like, we're not training our vocal folds here.
No.
We're doing a little bit of mental work.
Yeah. Another muscle.
Another muscle. Very different kind of muscle, but a very important part. I always say that singing is 90% mental.
It truly is. It truly is. It's crazy how important our relationship to our own internal voice, not just the external voice, matters. Obviously, not just for singing, but obviously, we're singers.
Yeah.
This is a singing podcast. It impacts 100% of how you sound.
Yeah, 100%. I so agree. We had a teacher at Berkeley, this was in a music business class. So again, also nothing to do with singing. And he always said the music industry is 90% business, but without the 10%, there is no 90%. And I feel like in singing, it's almost the opposite way around. Where yes, like singing is like 10%, and the mind is, the mental aspect of it is 90%. But there also is no 10% if you don't have the 90%.
Exactly. It wouldn't exist. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Doesn't add up.
Yeah. So what are you yourself, and what do you see in your studio, like when you have students that you're working with, whether they're new or they've been with you for a while, like what are some of the common things that you're running into when it comes to the mental side of singing?
So much. I think we are so critical of everything we do. And I feel like 99.99999 of singers are obviously creatives. And as creatives, we are extremely sensitive people. We feel so deeply. So if things go wrong, or even if the thought of something going wrong affects you and how you feel, your voice is going to be impacted by that. So I just have found throughout the years of teaching that people don't know how to talk to themselves in a kind way. People don't have grace for themselves when it comes to listening and learning and growing. First off, if you signed up for a singing lesson, you're there to learn. You're there to make mistakes.
Not to perform and be perfect.
No.
Show off.
if you want to do that, go to a singing competition.
Yes.
Go
Open
to
mic.
an open mic. Go to whatever. Sign up for a show. Cool. If you want to learn, if you want to build your voice and be a strong singer and have sustainable careers, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up. Like, you have to. If you're learning something new, you're gonna be bad at some point, at something. If I'm learning a new genre, a new song, I'm not gonna do it great the first time, or the second or the third. It could go on.
Yeah.
Depends on the song. So I think just bringing awareness that it is a skill, and skills require time and practice and messing up, making mistakes, getting back up again, and trying again.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are very scared of making that single one first mistake, so they don't even try to do it. And they just like stop themselves from doing it whatsoever.
And that's just so heartbreaking to me.
Awful.
Like, I've had people cry in their first lesson.
Yeah.
Before they sang. Not after they sang because of something I sang. Something I said, right? Like, I just want to be clear. They didn't cry because of me. But because they were so nervous. And I'm like, I feel for them so much. And there was actually a study that was being done too, where they asked, like vocal majors in music college, like professional singers, things like that. Like, when are you most nervous when you sing? When you perform, when you're in your voice lesson, or when you're by yourself? In your voice lesson.
Wow.
Was the thing that most people said.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, they're more nervous in their voice lesson than when they're performing in front of however many people they're performing in front of. But anyways,
Yeah.
there's something about a voice lesson that makes people really,
Yeah.
But I so feel that, because we want to put our best foot forward. We don't want to make a fool of ourselves.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, we're here to help you,
Absolutely.
not to judge you. And also, you did make that step to book a lesson, so there's clearly a deep desire
Yeah.
to do this. So don't hold yourself back from exploring, because that's really all singing is. It's exploration.
Yeah.
And see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And yes, we are here to guide you through it, and we're here to help
Correct you.
Yes, and we have recommendations of things that we can try, but even you and I are sometimes wrong, where it's like, well, that didn't work for you.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me look in my toolbox and
Yeah.
see what else we can try, right? Because, sometimes we don't get it wrong with the first try either, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But it breaks my heart when people don't even try because
Yeah.
they're afraid of what could happen.
I think, especially with our demographic being mostly female singers, one thing that honestly, possibly, this could be wrong, I don't have the specific statistics.
Yeah.
Most female singers are deeply, deeply insecure within their own voice. At first.
Yeah,
Not
I
always.
100% agree. I mean, I only do the first initial intro session, and then I place them with one of you beautiful coaches.
Yeah.
But I see that even in just that first session too, where dudes, not that they don't have any internal struggles, they
Yeah.
also do, but it's on a different level than female singers. And
Yeah.
I truly believe that it's because of the voice is how we express ourselves. And up until very recently,
We were able to.
unfortunately, very recently, women did not have a say. Now we start to. And now our opinions start mattering. And people listen. And
Yeah.
it's new for us. And for generations and generations,
Yeah.
nobody gave a shit. And so it's so deeply ingrained
Yeah.
in our genes,
Yeah.
in who we are as women, that we are so afraid
Yeah.
to say something, and then everybody being like, well, that was stupid.
Yeah.
It's not even something that we're consciously
No.
choosing. It's just something that's ingrained
Yeah.
in us.
Exactly.
And we're learning to break the cycle, which is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. The more people, like the more women start speaking up for themselves and being heard and not being afraid of it, whether that's like an opinion or your singing voice, it doesn't matter. It all comes from the same place.
Exactly.
The easier we can make it for generations that are following us.
I love that. Yes. It's just going to keep getting better. Like, there's
That's
no
the
going
goal.
back.
Yes! We will not be silenced.
Exactly. And I think, I don't know how many times this has happened, but like, I can't count them in one hand. When I've been working with a student for a couple of months, maybe 6, maybe a year, and they come and tell me, I have become so much more confident in my day-to-day life. Because I'm using my voice?
Yes. Oh my God. I just had a check-in session with Sarah. Wow. She's been working with Emily for 6 months. And she's in sales. Mm-hmm. And she said that she is making more sales now and is so much more confident talking to potential clients. She is feeling like she can be more attentive. Like, you know, you have a conversation and take notes at the same time. Before that, she couldn't do, like before her voice lesson, she couldn't do that. So it's just like the confidence that she's feeling now. Or Isaleni, do you remember Isaleni?
Yes.
This is a while ago when you were working with her. And this stood out to me so much when she said, I now feel comfortable and confident walking in the room, taking up space, and being heard. I don't care when I'm loud and people look at me. I'm okay with that. And before, she would be shy and kind of like retreat into a corner, you know? How amazing is that? And that's the voice lessons that got these students, these singers, those kinds of results. Like, how beautiful is that?
It's so fun to see that growth in someone.
Yes.
And, you know, I feel like it comes across sometimes that you have to be loud and you have to be like a belter. No, but also you don't have to be quiet all the time. You don't have to have a small voice just because you're scared to have a bigger one. I think one of the things that I try to do with softer, shyer, less loud and big vocalists is to get them to be loud.
Yeah.
Not to hurt them, not to stress them out, but because I want them to know that they have options.
Yeah.
Like, are you choosing to sing here soft and low because you want to?
Or because you're afraid to do anything else?
Yes.
So this is something, I know I talk about Grant a lot on these episodes. I'm sorry. He's just a really wonderful person, and I've learned a lot from him.
Cute.
But when, you know, we started talking about getting married, like, we were dating for 3 months. We got engaged when I was 21.
Wow.
I was a baby. We got married when I was 22. Yeah.
A child bride.
And I was never that person. Like, I never thought about getting married or anything like that. That was just not, like, I was a tomboy growing up. I hated the color pink.
Wow.
like, just, you know, just absolutely, like, didn't care about that. And I was like, if I'm going to get married, I will be at least 30. And life had other plans for me. And I love it. No regrets. But for him, the way he makes decisions, and this is what he shared with me when we, you know, had that conversation, because for us, it was get married or break up because of my immigration status. I no longer was a student, which means I lost my student visa status.
Right.
And it was like, I had no way of staying in the country. So it was get married so I can stay, or leave and break up, because we were not about to do a long distance relationship where there's 5,000 miles between us.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Right? So it's 6 hours time difference. Like, it would be insane.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, we decided to get married. And here's how he made that decision. He always asks himself, whenever he makes any decision, what is the absolute worst case scenario? If that becomes true, can I live with the outcome? Yes, I'll do it. No, I cannot live with that. I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
So for us getting married, what's the worst case scenario here? We're going to get a divorce. Can I live with being a divorced person in my 20s or in my 30s or however old, right? Yes? Okay, cool. Let's take the risk. Let's do it. happily married almost 7 years now.
Aww.
You know, and again, shit could have hit the fan, right? Like, okay, now we're divorced and we're living our separate lives. And it could even have been a messy divorce. Now we have a prenup. You know, so we're like, we made arrangements. So, you know, in case shit hits the fan,
you're protected.
We're protected. He is protected. I am protected.
Nice.
And you know, again, like you ask yourself, can I live with the worst case scenario? Now, how do we apply this to singing? Cool. All right. I'm gonna try, you know, I'm a shy singer. Like, I'm singing a little bit more here. I'm not very loud. Okay, let's step outside the comfort zone. I'm getting a little bit louder. What's the worst case scenario that could happen if you try this?
You crack.
You could crack.
You missed a note. That's it.
Can life continue for
Yes.
you if that happens?
Absolutely.
So if we put it into perspective like that, it's like, well, is it really that big of a deal?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It so doesn't matter.
And it's so internal. Like, that's why
It's all internal.
it has to come out.
Yeah.
Like, I make funny exercises with students that are very, very shy. I'm like, imagine you're walking down the street and you see your friend, but your friend is 2 blocks away. But you see them and they see you. But you need to say hi to them because you're jumping on a train.
Oh, yeah.
How do you say hi to them? They're like, hi. I'm like, oh,
you?
they're gone. The
Yeah.
train passed. No, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You lost your friend. No, you say, hey,
Yeah.
hi. Use your core. Like, use your
Yes.
primal sounds.
It's primal sounds.
yes.
Your voice.
We're not quiet beings.
No. Your voice is built for it. And this is something
Yeah.
I see a lot too, where it's like, well, my voice just wasn't built for this. Or like, oh, I'm an alto, I can't sing high. Or oh, I'm a soprano, I can't sing low. Whatever the excuse is, you're already making these sounds in your everyday life. You can do it in your singing too.
Yes.
You just need to
Get out of your head.
get out of your head. Oh my God. And tension. Tension is a big, big, big topic
yeah.
that keeps coming up for me too.
And it's also very related to the mind.
Mental tension translates into physical
Physical
tension. Mental tension being fear,
Stress.
stress,
Anxiety.
uncertainty, which leads to anxiety, right? Like all
Yeah.
those things, that's going to translate into your body, and your body is going to automatically tense up, which then feeds that loop,
Oh,
that
yeah.
cycle of, yeah, I suck, I'm not good enough, or oh my God, here comes the high note, I'm so scared, and then you crack on it, and you're like, oh, now I suck, and then you try again, and it just gets worse and
Yeah.
worse and worse and worse and worse. You
Absolutely.
can't break the cycle.
Yeah.
So if we can look at it more from an angle of exploration and having fun with it and not expect perfection. I know it's easier said than done.
Oh, yeah.
But
Absolutely. It's hard.
It's
Yeah.
all the things that you want in life are on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Are on the other side of your comfort zone.
Exactly. And give yourself the time to adjust. I think it's so important to be mindful of everything you do, but especially with voice lessons, with practicing. I'm not super spiritual, but we do have a chakra.
Yes, yes.
It's your voice. It's literal like energy coming out of you. If you're stressed, if you're running around and you're oh crap, I have a lesson, you're logging in, hi, and then you're like, how is that relaxing? How is your body gonna enjoy the music? It's not gonna.
No, it's not.
Take a minute. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself why you're doing it. Remind yourself that you love this. And go for it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so much better.
Reminding yourself that you actually like doing this.
Yes.
Like, there's
It's
a reason
not
why you're doing
torture.
it. Yeah. There's a reason why you're doing it, right? You actually enjoy this, and then find the joy in it again.
Yes.
is important. And the storytelling aspect of it as well, right? Like, we so get caught up in What do we sound like? Am I sounding good enough? That we kind of forget about the stories that we're telling. I'm guilty of that too. Sorry,
we're all
sometimes.
guilty of that. Absolutely.
Right? So just reminding yourself of that too. And one more big thing that I want to touch on too is a lot of times it's like, well, when I get there, I will feel happy or I will feel like I'm good enough. Yeah. Sometimes it's so interesting how this happens because sometimes when I do a first lesson with someone or I hear them sing for the first time, I'm like, wow, that was really good. And they were like, because I'm like, well, talk to me. Like, what are some of the challenges that you experience? I'm like, well, I suck so bad. And they're like, okay, well, hold on. While I'm bracing myself for, teaching this person how to match pitch or whatever. And then they sing and I'm like,
what do you mean?
What is your problem?
Yeah.
So it's interesting for me how to seeing how vocal skills and confidence so do not overlap. They can, but they don't have to. So sometimes I see better, quote unquote, better singers, more advanced singers feel less confident in themselves than somebody who is just starting out.
Yeah.
Confidence grows as you continue to explore your voice and as you continue to get better, but between different voices, there's absolutely no correlation.
Exactly.
And you telling yourself that I will feel confident once I am a better singer, I'm sorry, but you're lying to yourself. You're trying to trick yourself into something, and it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit. As you grow, you'll hopefully see and hear that you are improving and that you can start feeling better. But if your mind is blocking you so much,
it's
it's
still gonna happen.
First of all, difficult to see the progress that you want to see because you're constantly judging yourself. And second of all, you might not see or hear the progress, even though you're making it.
Exactly.
Because you're so judgmental.
Yeah, you're blinded by your own, misconceptions of your own voice because of what your mind is telling you. So, yeah, I think before you even log into your lesson, just ego out the door. Bye. Now it's just playtime. You have fun, you explore, you get better. Then you can invite it back in a little bit. Not fully.
Yeah.
Because it's just not going to let you enjoy and be present and absorb what you truly can. And also, remind yourself why you're putting yourself in that position of torture once a week. Why? If you truly want to sing, if you truly want to be better...
I promise singing lessons are fun. They're not torture. But it can be mental torture.
Yes.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And reminding yourself of your why you love this. I totally agree with that. But also retraining your brain. I know this is going to sound a little cliche. But you know how a lot of people are like, start a gratitude journal. Or start your day by writing down 3 things that you're grateful for. Or end your day with 3 things that you're grateful for. Or do both. Right? We're like, yeah, whatever. Right? And then you're like, well, day 3, I'm out of things. Whatever. But you retrain your brain to look for the positives.
Yeah.
And the beautiful things in life. And not
the negatives.
The negatives and the chaos and the sadness that we see so much in the news, and it's
never ending.
Bombarding us with negativity out there.
Yeah.
And so in singing, we can apply this here as well, where you sing something and you're like, oh my God. Okay, hold on. Even if you just start with one thing, what's one thing I liked about this? Start with that. Because you can think of a million things that you didn't like.
Right.
It's so easy to focus on those things. I want to know what you liked about this.
Yes.
So that we can retrain your brain to see the things that you do well, not just focus on the things you don't do well. I mean, I'm guilty of this. I still remember the bad grades that I got in 6th grade.
Wow.
I don't remember the good ones, but I remember the bad ones. It's so easy to focus on the negatives.
Yeah.
We so get caught up in it. Yeah. So we want to retrain our brains and focus on the things that we actually do well already. Even if it's just one thing. Every time you have a run through of your song, before you start judging yourself, one thing.
Yeah.
And then once you feel comfortable with that, okay, what were 2 things that you liked about this?
Yeah.
Then what are 3 things that you liked about this? You can work your way up to it.
Exactly. Yeah. And just having like that non-judgmental side of you speak first. Because of course we're going to want to be like, oh, well, you were pitching here and you're blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
of course. But just first, okay, I'm learning. I'm training a skill, a muscle is developing.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That takes courage. You're showing up in front of someone that deals with voices every day. And, you know, we are never going to judge you, be like, that was awful. Like, no, we're here to help you. It's a safe space. So just trying to have like that mindset of, I am here because I want to be better and because music makes me happy, or because I love it, I enjoy it, I want to, whatever. Just like have that happy, yay, cozy feeling instead of like, oh crap, I have to sing. Like, of course it's gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also the thing that you're pointing out to yourself that you liked about it, like whatever it is that you just did, like it can be such a small thing. It can be like, I liked that I didn't stop myself.
Great. That's huge.
Amazing.
That's huge.
I mean,
more than a lot of people can say.
You know how many times I've worked with a singer who keeps interrupting themselves and like,
God.
oh, I'm sorry, that was bad, or oh, I know I can do this bad, and then they keep going, and I'm like, shut up.
Let it play.
Like, in the most loving way, shut up and just do it.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is, like, a lot of times these people don't even notice that they're doing it.
Yeah.
And you're constantly, like, when you do this, you're constantly telling yourself, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck, as you're doing it. And guess what? If you tell yourself you suck, you are not going to get the results that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, so heartbreaking.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be.
But it doesn't have to be.
It's within you to choose the positive side of your brain. Of course, it's not easy. Not easy. But
it's a choice. Like, you're also choosing to look at the negative things.
Exactly.
Well,
like, use that, retrain your brain into looking for the positive. And always, whether it's a practice session or it's a singing lesson or it's a show, it's a gig, whatever, just have a moment with yourself and that inner voice before the external voice gets out of why you're doing this, why you enjoy this, why you were giving this gift.
Yeah. Even if you don't look at yourself like I have a gift to sing, even if it's like I just enjoy singing and I want to get better at singing, even if you feel like I have absolutely no natural talent for singing, it doesn't matter. You enjoy it.
So within itself is a gift. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're creating joy. That's a gift.
That is a gift.
Yeah.
That is absolutely
even if it's just for yourself.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Is there anything else that you want to mention?
Be gentle to yourself.
Be gentle, but push yourself.
Yes.
Be gentle, but push yourself.
Persist.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And focus on the positives. Focus on the things that you do well already. Don't be afraid to try. What's the worst case scenario? What's the worst thing that can happen? You crack. Oh, well, so be it.
Keep going.
The world keeps spinning, baby.
Yeah. We keep singing.
We keep singing. We try again the next time. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. All the things that you want to do are on the other side of that fear.
Yep.
Go for it.
Dive
baby.
in.
Yes.
Woohoo.
Yes. I love it. I'm so glad we had this chat.
Me too.
It can be therapeutic. And I do believe that, I mean, I joke about that all the time where I'm like, we're us vocal coaches. We're half therapists, half vocal coach.
Yeah.
But we are not licensed therapists.
No, don't quote us.
Yes. But, you know, sometimes, like, we start out a lesson and we just talk for the first 15 minutes because you had a shit day. Not the vocal coach, but the student, right? So,
I've had the worst.
Yeah, let me tell you about my problems. That's not at all.
No, but it's important. You have to get it out.
Yeah. And meet yourself where you're at that day and be okay with today is not a good day and it's not as good as it was yesterday, or whatever, and just meet yourself where you're at and be okay with not performing as well as you did yesterday.
You're only human.
It's okay. Yes.
Yeah, there's always tomorrow.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for having this chat with me. So therapeutic.
Yay.
For myself too. Good reminders for myself.
Good. For me too. As I'm saying them.
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hope this was helpful. Please be kind to yourself, you lovely singer, my little Vox star, as I like to call our community.
I love that.
Little Vox star. No, truly, be kind to yourself, and all the things that you want are on the other side of that fear that you're feeling right now. Push through. We're here to support you. Let us know how we can help you. We'd love to work with you any way we can.
Yes.
And let's do some singing, baby.
Woohoo!
Let's sing! I love it. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye.